You can ride a horse. I've seen you do it. And there are a lot of ranchers and farmers in your area.
Governor Kristi Noem of South Dakota is with us right now. She never stops working. And Governor, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. How close is South Dakota back to normal, if I could even use that term anymore?
Well, we're on the way back to normal. We never did shut down our businesses. We never told our people to shelter in place. What we did was give them an opportunity to be innovative, to care for their customers and their employees. And so I think South Dakota is doing better than a lot of other states as far as slowing down the spread, but also our economy and our small business owners. So we're in a phase now where we're still advising our vulnerable population to stay home. We need those that are older or have some pre-existing health conditions to stay at home, to socially distance.
On the meat packing plants. And I know yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, you were on a conference call with Vice President Pence and all of the other governors, and you were talking about your roadmap back to normal, whatever that's going to look like going forward. But, you know, as a Republican governor, Governor Noem, how would you describe the dynamic between the way some Democratic governors are handling this and how some Republican governors are handling it? Because I've heard some analysts say, you know, they're both on different pages. And why would that be?
Well, I think all of us need to go back and look at what's best for our states. And our states are very diverse, very different. South Dakota is not like New York. It's not like New Jersey. And so I need to make different decisions than they are. But I also know that this is an important time. It's an important time that will show us what kind of leadership we have in this country, and if we understand the foundations of this country and what makes us great. So we should do what we can to believe in our people, to make the best decisions for public health, and make sure that we're taking all consequences into consideration when we're making our decisions, looking at mental health, looking at our economy, what that does to putting food on the table for our families, as well as public health, and then making the best decision to keep people safe.
Governor, give me an idea
of course, Ainsley Bryan and I are all in the hot zone. We're in New York.
Give us an idea of what it looks like to be a South Dakota resident.
Well, our projections in South Dakota have always been based around how we can take care of people should they need to be in the hospital, should they need ventilators. And we won't hit our peak need until mid-June. So I'm advising South Dakota that we still need to change a little bit of our behaviors until we get past that peak, until we know we've got this under control. We're feeling better every day because we have more testing, we have more knowledge and understand the science of this virus more. That all prepares us to deal with it in the future. And I've told them all to be flexible. We have to continue to be nimble, to make adjustments wherever we see a hot spot that we need to address. I'll give them flexibility where I can, but when we have a situation, I'm going to advise them that they need to start social distancing, that they need to make sure the vulnerable population is protected.
All right, so the Speaker of the House is calling on the Biden administration to take immediate action to curb the growing migrant crisis, you think?
So the White House is claiming that the president is doing everything he can, including plans to send top members of his team to Mexico.
Yeah, but if he's doing everything he can, why would Border Patrol sources report a record number of migrant encounters so far this month as shocking scenes like this become all too common? Alexandria Hoff is live in Washington with the very latest on this. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Carly, Lawrence, Brian, good morning to you. Yeah, this trip to Mexico you were just talking about was revealed after a phone call that President Biden had with Mexican President Obrador yesterday morning. The White House says that the two discussed efforts to, quote, manage migratory flows. President Biden also arranged for talks to take place in Mexico about dual action to deal with the border. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, he's going to take that trip along with Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas and Homeland Security Advisor Liz Sherwood Randall. It's set to happen in the coming days. But
the president has done everything that he can, right, on his own. There's clearly diplomatic conversation happening with AMLO and other folks, other leaders in the region. We're going to continue to have those conversations just to make sure that we deal with the flow. But we also need funding
to celebrate our nation's independence. Okay, joining us now for reaction, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem. Governor, I don't really know what to say. Now, I guess Comrade de Blasio, they might be in favor of sandblasting Mount Rushmore. I guess other Democrats might do that. I have actually been there.
Last night, Hannity spoke with recording artists Kaya Jones and Joy Villa, who were going to attend the event.
We were asked to come out, and we had threats on our life.
Yeah.
Like, we've had serious threats.
And I couldn't get any security in time. We have security.
Yeah.
So there was no one, we don't live there. So it was kind of just tricky. And they were asking us to come in early to do something for them, and it's
You've seen what's happened when conservatives try and speak there.
Yeah. Right.
What is your reaction to that?
It's horrible. I mean, we're doing our best to try and bring the nation together. We're singing songs that are pro-America.
AOC, a socialist, thought she'd get a warm welcome when she hosted a town hall in her district, but instead she got this. As AOC said, if you hate her, it must mean you want to date her. So AOC flirted back.
The longest and most expensive criminal trial in Georgia history still has not concluded. Almost a decade later, 6 defendants in the Atlanta public school cheating scandal are still appealing their 2015 convictions.
Their public defender still wants.
You did me wrong. Just one more cup of coffee before I go. I know I better stop and cut the show. I'll leave you all the memories and go. I'ma go. 2 hours conversation, and I know this isn't going nowhere. We both know that every time we try something new.
Governor Kristi Noem, thanks so much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too.